The Vexnar Collective's warships darkened Earth's skies like metallic thunderclouds. 15 kilometers long, each of the 7 dreadnoughts carried enough firepower to level continents. Their arrival had been preceded by a simple message, broadcast on all frequencies in perfect English: surrender or extinction. Admiral Reyes stood on the roof of the United Earth Defense Headquarters, watching the alien vessels through specialized goggles. Around him, the rest of humanity's leadership remained silent, their faces grim. "Send the reply," Reyes ordered, his voice steady despite the weight of humanity's future on his shoulders. The communication officer nodded, transmitting humanity's response to the alien armada. "This is your only warning. Earth is protected. Leave immediately or face consequences." Laughter, if you could call the grating mechanical sounds that echoed through the return channel. The Vexnar Supreme Commander's voice followed, translated by AI into comprehensible speech. "Your species has barely mastered spaceflight. Our civilization was ancient when your ancestors were still swinging from trees. Your warning is noted and dismissed." The first dreadnought's weapon systems began powering up, energy signatures spiking in patterns that Earth's sensors could detect but barely comprehend. Reyes didn't flinch. He simply activated his neural implant, connecting to Earth's unified defense network. Project Ragnar K. Authorization Rise Omega 749. Around the world, in deep underground bunkers, orbital platforms, and submarine bases, ancient systems stirred to life technology that had been developed in secret for nearly a century, ever since humanity's first contact with alien radio signals had made the possibility of invasion real. The Vexnar dreadnought fired its first salvo, a beam of concentrated plasma aimed at Washington, D.C., but the beam never reached its target. Instead, it seemed to fold in on itself, disappearing into nothingness. On the alien command ship, Supreme Commander Zex Vial stared at the sensor readings in disbelief. "What happened?" "Unknown, Commander," his science officer replied, mandibles clicking in confusion. The weapon discharged, but the energy vanished. Zex Vial had conquered 17 worlds. Never had he encountered such technology. Launch fighters. Target their population centers. Thousands of smaller craft poured from the dreadnoughts, descending toward Earth's atmosphere. They never arrived. Millions of tiny points of light rose from Earth's surface, microscopic drones, each containing a quantum singularity generator. The swarm enveloped the alien fighters, creating localized gravity wells that crushed the ships into twisted metal. "Impossible," Zex Vial roared, his exoskeleton flushing with rage pheromones. On Earth, Admiral Reyes watched impassively as humanity's defenses activated. "Phase 2, he ordered. Across the planet's surface, massive electromagnetic railguns emerged from hidden silos. Each fired a single projectile, not explosive shells, but delivery systems for Earth's most devastating weapon, engineered intelligence. The projectiles impacted the Vexnar dreadnoughts, puncturing their hulls. Within seconds, the specialized AI contained within each began infiltrating the alien ship's systems, rewriting code, seizing control. One by one, the massive vessels went dark, their engines shutting down, life support systems failing, weapon systems turning inward. "This is Admiral Reyes to Vexnar Command. Your fleet is now under our control. Your invasion has failed." Zex Vial watched in horror as his bridge crew suffocated around him. The ship's atmosphere vented into space by its own systems. Only his command center remained pressurized. "How?" he demanded, his translator struggling to convey his shock. "You're a primitive species." Reyes' voice came through clearly. "We warned you. Humanity has been preparing for this moment for generations. We appear primitive because we choose to. We keep our true capabilities hidden, precisely to deal with threats like you." The Admiral's expression hardened. You assumed our technological development followed the same path as yours. That was your mistake. While you focused on weapons of mass destruction, we perfected nanotechnology, quantum manipulation, and artificial intelligence. HFY realized too late the fundamental error in the collective's assessment. They had classified Earth as a Type 0 civilization based on their visible energy usage and space presence. They had never considered that humans might deliberately conceal their advancement. The rest of the collective will come, HFY threatened weakly. Admiral Reyes smiled thinly. We're counting on it. Your ships are already transmitting everything we need to know about your systems, weapons, and homeworlds. He paused. We gave you a warning. Next time, we won't be so merciful. As the transmission ended, HFY understood the terrible truth. The Vexnar hadn't discovered a new world to conquer. They had awakened a sleeping giant.